Hi friends, and Happy New Year. Welcome to Katie's Happy Stampers. I'm looking forward to many good things in the year 2024. I would like to introduce myself. I'm Katie Lay, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Liberty, Kentucky. This is my debut video. If you are watching on Facebook or on the replay on YouTube, welcome again to Katie's Happy Stampers. I'm planning on hopefully doing 2 videos a week. Masculine Mondays, which will be masculine cards for the men in your life, which are always hard to create. And Sunday Fun Day videos, which will be for everything else, just for having a good time. I'm also planning a series called The 12 Months of Christmas and Christmas in July. So between now and November and December, hopefully you will have approximately 15 cards to start out your Christmas cards in the year 2024. I'm excited for the new mini catalog that started up January 4th and all the new products that are in there. I'm most excited about the celebration time. It's the most exciting time in the Stampin' Up! Year. For every $50 you spend in January and February, you can pick out an item from the celebration catalog. There are all kinds of neat things in here that you can get. There are papers and stamp sets. There is more paper stamp sets. There's bling. There is ribbon. There are sets that coordinate with our sets in the main catalog. There are sets that have extra dies with them. There are also a couple of bonus ones that are a level 2, and for those you need to spend $100, and with that you'd get one of these 2 items. But those are all free items that you get just for spending $50 at Stampin' Up! And as for an extra bonus, for me, if you use my host code for the month of January and February, I will also send you a free gift for the first $50 that you order each month. And right here is my email. It's katieshappystampers@gmail.com. You can contact me there. My blog is katieshappystampers@blogspot.com. And you can shop with me at katielay.stampinup.net. And my host code is TWRKFGYG. All of this will be posted on my blog later today. There will be links to my shop and on my blog later today. During celebration, we are also having a sign-on bonus, which is very special. And that is found back here in the back of your catalog. If you join Stampin' Up! During celebration, for $99, you will get $125 worth of product out of either catalog, the new mini catalog or the annual catalog. Plus, you will get this free glass mat, which is really an awesome product. It comes with a silicone mat. I don't have it out here, or the cleaning cloth. I don't have it out here. But it comes with that, and that it's shown here in the picture. And you can use this for all kinds of good things. You know, you can write on it. It cleans up very easily. But if you choose you don't want the glass mat, it's a $60 value. But if you choose you don't want that, you can also get $155. You add $30 to your order. So for $99, you'd get $150 worth of product. So it's a really good joining special right now. Plus, then after you're signed up, you also get your 20% discount. Even if you don't plan on doing this as a business, you will get the 20% discount for just being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. So if you're thinking of joining, now is a great time to get started. I would love to have you join my team and become a happy stamper too. Well, enough of that. Let's get started with our card. Okay, the card we're going to be making today is a fun fold. It's a Z fold, and it opens like this. And this is the inspiration card I made. This is for a friend of ours. He's turning 90 next month, and I made this card for him. I've also decorated his envelope and it's all ready to go for him. But today we're going to be using different colors of paper, and we are going to be doing it in boho blue. And we will be using, like I said, I'm new to this. We're going to be using our Trucking Along stamp set, which is a photopolymer stamp set. It's a 2-step stamp, well, actually 3-step if you want to, because you can do the truck, then the wheels, and fill in. And here's a little rail for the truck, and you fill it in. And there's a tree with the fill-in, presents with the fill-in, a palm tree with the fill-in, a Christmas tree with the fill-in, a cloud. There's just all kinds of cute little stamps to go in the back of the truck. There is cute sayings in here. It says, sending you sunny thoughts, wishing you a festive Christmas, special delivery. This little tiny one says farm fresh, and it will fit right there in that little door. And every day is a fresh start. And then there's a little road and little grass. So if you want to do on your backgrounds. Then we are going to be using, for the happy birthday, because that set didn't have a happy birthday, we're going to use this one out of the Beautiful Balloon set. And I just really like that happy birthday. So let's get started. Okay, first thing we're going to need is our paper trimmer. And I don't even know which way to put it. Yeah, this way. Okay, we're gonna need our dimensions here. And we are going to need, our card base is going to be 4 1/4 by 11. So our cardstock is 8 1/2 by 11. So this is the 11-inch side, 8 1/2 side. So we're going to do it at 4 1/4 by 11. This is our scoring blade. We don't need that right now. We'll need that later. And then this is our cutting blade. So I always measure twice and make sure I'm in the right spot. And then you slide the blade down. Okay, and that is our card base. Okay, then we're going to need, for the Z base, we are going to need it at 3 1/4 by 10. So with that, we're going to have to take our little arm out, because it extends out so you can do longer measurements. And we're going to do it at 10 inches. So just basically cutting an inch off. I mean, you could have done it where you just cut an inch off without bringing this arm out, but I just wanted to show you that arm comes out so you can do longer measurements. It goes all the way out to 17 inches over here. So you cut off an inch, and now that makes that, and then we're going to do it at 3 1/4 by 10. So now it's at 10, and here's our 3 1/4 inch. And cut that up that way. And then this way, this is our little piece of scrap. Okay, now I'm going to close this arm up so it's done, and get our cutting blade out of the way, because we don't want to cut now, we want to score. And we are going to score at 2 3/4 and 5 1/2 on both pieces. Okay, so here is the 2-inch mark, and we go to 2 3/4, and right there is 2 3/4, and this is our scoring blade. We're going to score. I like to run it across there a few times, and then we're going to score again at 5 1/2. Bring it up here, bring it to 5 1/2, and score. Okay, and there's that. I don't know if you can see that in the camera. There's a score mark there and a score mark there. Okay, then we're going to bring our 3 1/2 inch piece, or 3 1/4 inch piece, and we're going to do the same thing. Score it at 2 3/4 and 5 1/2. So there's 2 3/4. Score that. and then score it again at 5.5. Okay. So there's our 2 Z-fold pieces. Okay, now we are going to be using our 2024-2025 designer series paper, which comes in the 5 colors. This is the boho blue, which we'll be using today. And it comes in polka dots on one side and stripes on the other and little dashes and hearts. Then this is the copper clay. It comes in the dashes and hearts, dots, and stripes. This is Moody Mauve, and it dashes and hearts, dots, and stripes. This is the Gray Granite, and it dashes and stripes again, and hearts, dots, and diagonal stripes. This is the Wild Wheat, and it's got the hearts and the dashes and the dots and the diagonal stripes. We're going to be using the boho blue for this card. Okay, so there we're going to cut our designer series paper. Is going to be cut at 5 by 3 3/4. Let's see, this is going to be the 5. So with that, you can either do it this way or just cut an inch off, because it's 6 by 6 paper. So we're going to do 5. Oops, that was a square blade, see? 5. And then this is going to be an extra piece by, let's see, it's 3 3/4. Okay. And this goes, I'll kind of show you, it goes on the inside of this. Okay, but we're also going to put, so that's that piece. Okay, now we're going to need, for the outside of the card, we're going to need 1 piece cut at 3 3/4 by 2 1/4. And this is, I kind of like the diagonals going this way, so I'm going to do this at 2 1/4 this way, so that when it goes on my card, it goes on my card with the diagonals going the right way, the way I like it anyway. And this is going to be at 3 3/4 this way. Okay. So there's our DSP cut. Then we are going to need our gray granite. And we're going to need several pieces of gray granite cut. Okay, we are going to need 1 at 5 1/4 by 4. Okay. We're going to go 5 1/4. Okay. And we're going to cut it to 4. Okay. And that also, this will mat on top of that, which will mat on top of this. See how that goes? Okay. Then we are going to need, for the gray granite, we're going to need a 4" by 2 1/2. Okay. So this is 4 inches. Okay. Scrap by 2 1/2. Okay. Then we need 3 by 4 1/4. I don't know if this isn't big enough. No, it's not. So we're gonna have to bring in our other piece, and we're gonna go 3 and cut a 4 1/4. Okay, then we're gonna need 2 pieces at 2 1/2 by 3. And let's see if this one's big enough. That one is. Okay, so that's 3 exactly. So we're gonna do 2.5 by 3. We'll only get 1 out of this piece, but that's okay. Okay, and this is scrap. Okay, and then this one, we're gonna go this way at 3. Let's get that, got a little nick on the corner. Okay, and go 2.5. And that has our gray granite pieces. Okay, and there's another little tiny piece of scrap. Okay, let me get all these little scraps off of my table so I don't get confused. Okay, then we're gonna need our basic white. And we are going to need, let's see, 2 3/4. 2 3/4 by 2 1/4, 2 of those. There's 2 3/4. By 2 1/4. There's that one, and another one at 2 1/4. And then I need to double check my measurements because I need another white that is going to be 1/4 inch less than, it's going to be 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. Yeah. No. So what is, let me see. I'm gonna get this right. This is 3, so it's 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. It doesn't look right. There's 3 3/4, and then I need to do it at, oh, I see, 2 3/4. Let's do 2 3/4. Okay. That's not right. See, I messed up. Okay, so if this is 4 1/4. Okay, I see 4 1/4 by 3. So this needs to be 4 by 2 3/4. There we go. So this is 4 by 2 3/4. Okay. So now we're done with all our cutting. And we have a 1 inch strip for added embellishment. Okay. So now we're going to be ready to start putting our card together. See if I can get all these pieces up here so that we have them ready to go. Okay. This one was a scrap. Okay. And our card is going to be a Z fold, like I said. So this one goes forward this way, and that just folds the card in half for like a basic A2 size card. And we get our Stampin' Up! Bone folder, and we're going to give that a crease. Then we bring this part back on itself and give it a crease. Okay. So then we take our inside pieces and get your glue of choice, which I like the multi-purpose glue. Most people call it the green glue. And of course mine is clogged up. Let me try to get my pokey tool and see if I can poke that in and get it unclogged a little bit. There it goes. Okay. Okay, and we're going to take this and center it up as best we can. That's why I like the liquid glue, because it gives me some wiggle room. And then press it down when you have it where you like to have it. Okay. Then we take this piece and put it on the inside. The gray granite gets glued to the inside. Okay. Okay, get that straight, get it where we like it, and give it a press. Okay, so that's got that. I'm deciding on whether I want to put that in there or not. I don't think I do. Let's see, I wonder if I have a piece of, this would be good. Maybe a piece of that on the inside. Nah, I don't know. We'll decide. Before we glue everything down, we'll decide. Okay. So now these are our, this piece goes like this. This piece goes, you can use either side because either side are equally pretty. But I think for a masculine card, I like the diagonal stripes. Because the secret is that my husband is having a birthday next Sunday. And I think this is going to be his birthday card. So there's that. Okay. And then that gets glued on the front of the card. Okay. Okay. So that gets glued on the front. So then we need to decide. Yeah, I don't like that. And I definitely don't like the hearts. So I don't think I'm going to be using the banner piece that can go there. I don't know if on this one, yeah, see, most masculine cards, I just try to keep them as simple as possible. Okay. And then this is going to be on the front, okay? And these are going to go on the inside. Okay, so now we got to do our folding on this and fold it back on itself and use our bone folder again. Okay. And there's that. And that is going to go on the card like this, okay? But first we need to do some stamping. That's the fun part, is the stamping part. Okay, get all our white pieces out here. Okay, close up our glue so it don't dry out. Okay, and now we're going to use our Memento Black, and somewhere, here's Boho Blue. We're going to use Memento Black and Boho Blue, okay? So for the basic black, we are going to use, or it's Tuxedo Black. Make sure we have a clean surface here. Okay. Ink up our stamp, and we're going to stamp it straight down and straight up. And that looks perfect. Okay, and we have our little, I need to double check this, if this is the little rails. Yeah. And we have our little rails for our truck. And they go right, I need to get over it so I can see. Okay, and there's the little rails. That is so stinking cute. Okay, then we have our little, this is where I need to stamp off because I don't like the road quite so dark under the truck. So I stamp off once on a scratch piece of paper and stamp the road. And then stamp off on the scratch piece of paper and stamp the road. And that, I just like it a little bit lighter. Okay, so now we can close up our black. Well, nope, we can't close up our black. We got to do our little tires. We got our little tires, and I like to stamp those off just a little bit too. Just a little. Makes it just a little bit lighter. And then we line it up as best we can and stamp it down. And there you go. And it doesn't look too bad, but it looks like I missed just a little tiny bit. And there's always a fix for everything. Let's see, where is my... Okay, so this is the Stampin' Right markers, the basic black. Somewhere I have the... Here it is. And this is basic black, light and dark. Excuse me. And I'm going to use the light because like I said, I like things just a little bit lighter. And I can just kind of fix my little mistake here and just kind of fill in that wheel. And if you don't even want to use the stamp to line it up, you can just color the wheels in too. You know, I mean, it's, but with this stamp set, it also comes with a punch, and that will cut out this. This is the wheel well, and I think this is for the door, and this is for the wheels, and then you got your truck. So you can cut things out, like if you wanted chrome wheels, you could do chrome wheels. You know, so, but that's cute for that goes with this stamp set. Okay, so now we need to close up our black because we're done with it. Okay, and we're going to bring out our Boho Blue. Okay, and we're going to do some stamping with Boho Blue. Make sure my fingers are clean here. And here's our fill-in stamp. And with the photopolymer, you ink up your stamp, and you can see I got it good and inked. Okay, and then you line it up as best you can over top, and you can see through it, so it makes it fairly easy. And just stamp it down. I like to leave it set for a few seconds just to let the ink transfer to the paper and bring it up, and it looks good. Looks good. Okay, now we are going to ink up our special delivery and put it over here. Okay, and And that's that for that one. I'm gonna cut out some, like I did for this one. I'm gonna go cut out some number, a 7 and a 0 for a 70 for my husband's card. But for now, that one's done. Now we need to do our middle pieces, okay? And for this, I'm gonna use the Happy Birthday from the balloons, the beautiful balloon set. And I like to do a little trick. Anytime you try to line things up straight, if you're like me, I don't very seldom get things straight, but I try. But so when I don't want to worry about that, I just kind of slant the stamp, and then it looks like I did it on purpose, which I did. Got a little happy birthday there, and it's kind of crooked on the card, so that way it looks purposeful. And then we're gonna do our little confetti. And we're gonna just kind of flip our paper so that the confetti goes in all different directions. And just kind of play with it. And there we go. Maybe one little bit piece right there. Okay, now that's done. Now, I see I got ink all over that block. So rather than make a mistake, I'm gonna try to clean off my stamp and my block. And this is what's called our Stampin' Chamois. And it's just a cloth that you put water on, and you can use it over and over again. You can see mine is very well loved. I use it a lot. And then this is our inside piece, so just tap the confetti, and I'm gonna put it in each of the 4 corners just to decorate the inside just a little bit, because this is gonna be our piece that we can sign and wish whoever a happy birthday, okay? So now we're done stamping. We're gonna close up our ink, okay? Now we're gonna put this thing together, okay? So now we've got our 2 inside pieces, and they go like so, okay? And we're gonna glue those together. Okay, and center it up as best you can. Okay, and then this piece. Okay, and center it up as best you can. These old nails get in the way sometimes. I like having my nails, because I'm a bling bling girl. I like all that fancy stuff. So there's that, okay? But they kind of get in the way when you're crafting though. Okay, and this layers up on top of the basic gray here. Or, yeah, I think it's basic gray. Gray granite, I'm sorry. Couldn't think of the name there for a second. Okay, and then this is gonna layer on the boho blue. Okay, and it gets layered just like so. Looks good. Now this one is gonna go, this happy birthday one is gonna go inside here. And I like to try to line it up and get it centered as best I can with that, and leave the same amount of border all the way across. Okay, there's that one. And here's this last one. Okay. Okay, now to put this together, I like to do a little practice here and kind of look at it and get a basic eyeball view of where I'm going to put things. So then bring this over, and we're going to center this up in the center of this. So you can see it's got a center all the way around, okay? So, and we're going to put glue just on this piece of the Z-fold. Okay, close it up and center it up on there. And I mean, if you want to be exact, you can. I just eyeball things for the most part. And then this, so then it goes like that. So then you see how that's glued on there. And another reason why I like liquid glue also is when it dries, it dries. It's going to stay there. Anytime you have a fun fold, people are going to be opening and closing it. And, you know, you need something strong, very strong to hold it. Stampin' Seal Plus is very strong. Tear and Tape is very strong. All of those things are also sold by Stampin' Up. You can find those in my online store. Okay, and then I can see here where the glue can go there, and I know the glue can go to about here. So you can bring it down as far as the card. And get your glue on there, and then you just close it down. And give it a good press, okay? And there, our card is done. What do you think? I think it's a very cute card. I don't know which way I need to have it flipped upside down or right side up or what. This is right side up for me. Might be upside down for you, but it might be this way. So I want to show it both ways. And like I said, this was my inspiration card, the first one that I made. And this one was done in the gray granite all the way across. It's all gray granite. So once again, this is my email address, katieshappystampers@gmail.com. My blog is katieshappystampers@blogspot.com. And KatieLay.stampinup.net is where you will go to place an order. And for if you use this host code and you spend $50 on my online store, I will send you a special gift in the mail. So hopefully you enjoyed this card. Hopefully you don't mind my practice videos. I mean, I'm just learning. This is the very first one. So I'm excited about this new journey that I'm on, and I hope that you all will stay with me and support me. And if you go to my YouTube channel and like and subscribe, that will help me out a bunch. So I love you all, and thank you so much, and God bless you each and every day. Bye-bye.